All right, man. Wanted to give you some what I saw a little bit today. Just kind of break it down a little bit. We'll look at some minor things that I see. Big picture is look pretty clean. There are some minor adjustments we want to make, but the biggest thing is that your arm look good and healthy, and that's the most important thing right now. Is that you feel healthy, that you're building one mound, off another, one appearance off another. You got to remember he hadn't pitched in a year in a game situation, so. I think we got to go slow a little bit, and there's some things we need to build on. I think once you get your confidence up and get some good rhythm, tempo, you'll start feeling a lot better. Your stuff will start playing out. Your stuff's playing well. I just don't think you're all the way there, mechanically as well as, mentally being able to trust it and getting everything ready to go. But all in all, like I said, I felt good about it. We'll show you a little bit of what I'm seeing, what I'm talking about. But I think the most important thing we have to take from today is you felt good and healthy. All right, as we see this situation, let's kind of see you start working out. First pitch, miss a little bit inside. Let's kind of look a little slow-mo at it. You watch. I think the big thing we're going to see a lot is a lot of your rhythm and tempo and some of your slot and your release point. So you get to a good balance. You work downhill, and you're starting to see a little tilting there, and then your slot, you're not on top of the ball, and look at where you're at. So here we are, the next guy. Let's see this next pitch. Look at where it's at. All right, pitching the, let's see first. What do you think? What's wrong with this pitch? Is the location good? I mean, I think you're hitting the outside corner where you're going at, right? But where is it at? Look how he got it fisted on it because it was up in the zone. If that pitch is down, I don't think he gets a good clean hit on it. I think a lot of that has to be your slot's a little high. You didn't get out as front, obviously, on your front foot as you wanted to. But look, I mean, that goes from a ground ball to being out to where you can fight an out. All right, now we're going to start looking a little slow-mo and pausing it at some places in your delivery to show you kind of what I'm talking about mechanically, where you're at, where your body's at compared to. All right, here we go in your delivery. As a stretch. Get back to 2.5. Now look at where you're at now. Look at the tilt. Look how far you've already tilted back your shoulders. And if you notice, you can see your front foot. You've already opened up your foot. Your hips are already cleared out. You're using some of your power.
That's good.
When you get to your finish, look, you barely even got your backside. Didn't show me that you didn't obviously didn't have as much on the ball as we would like. Stay a little back a little longer. Let the hips clear through. Stay a little more closed and get more explosion. Nice play by Tobias and your shortstop here to get that guy out. That was a nice play. All right, here we are on the side view. Get to see a little bit better what I'm talking about, especially when we talk about your tilting and your release point. All right, here we go from the side angle in slow-mo. We'll watch and see where we're at. We're going to stop at some points. All right, look at the 2.5. Look at how much you've already tilted. Look at where your weight's already starting to come forward. You're loaded there, but you're already starting to come forward. That's going to cause your arm not to be able to catch up. That's going to cause your release point. You're not going to be able to get out in front, and sometimes you're pulling off to compensate for that, and that's why you're missing arm side in. All right, as we move out, look at that. Look at how much tilt you got there. You kind of already rotated, and your back arm isn't in the slot we exactly want it to. Look, you've already cleared your hips as well. And I mean, I think you're losing a little bit of power. You got nothing stored up on that back leg for when you rotate here. That wasn't bad. You got good release point there, and you got through with it. I just think that you've got more in your lower half than that. I think some of it, you got to see you're tilting there. I think you're opening up your hips a little bit, and I think it's just causing you not to get as much power. But I think your arm action, like I said, it's still clean. It's there. These aren't major adjustments. These are minor things that we can just kind of tweak a little bit in your next bullpen and kind of just reiterate and know the why. By the way, as you can see, this was not a balk. I don't know what the home plate umpire was thinking. Glad the other guy caught it. Didn't cost you that run. All right, here's a sequence where we're going to watch you throw your curveball. I want you to think, I've seen you throw your curveball, and I've seen where you've gotten better hand speed on it. This is, I think, again, just starting to feel and trust. I don't think you feel totally comfortable yet. I think you got a little better the second inning, and I probably think you did the third inning. of just being able to get adjustment and feel. That's going to come. Your confidence, your feel for the game, your feel to make adjustments, those are things that, as expected, they're going to come. I mean, we got to start out. Remember, hadn't thrown in a year, so this is a big step. And I think this is something where we're going to build off each outing, and I think you're going to feel better and better, and then, things are going to start working themselves out, and you're going to feel more comfortable. All right, here we are. Here's another sequence from the side. See how you kind of got late with your hips and then kind of forced your body there? I think you had to contort a little bit to get your arm through because, here we are, good apex, breaking down, tilting back, arms dragging a little bit. It's in your slot, and then I've got to pull my body across to get my arm to try to get the extension in front that I want to. I want that backside pushing me through the target. We're talking vertical here. You want you to go right at the target, glove the target, heart the glove, everything locked in right on the catcher's target. You're finishing that way, not having to pull yourself off to the side. Here's two sequences where we're going to be able to watch where your arm slot is. All right, so we look at the same pitch in slow motion, two-seamer in. We'll watch. I'm going to stop it right where my slot is. Look at that. I mean, that one you're a little more on top, but I think you're still underneath the ball and you're not out in front. That's for sure. And that's causing you to get inside there. I think if you got to work over the rubber a little bit, let me get in that slot so I can get out in front. All right, look, same thing when you almost killed Clint in the head here. We get to our apex. We're working downhill, tilting back. Look how far back that arm is, and then you're trying to pull your body through to get your arm there, and you can't get there. That's why you're missing high and gloves high. I think it's either staying back a little bit better on that backside, staying a little bit closed with the hips, and then think about more working downhill right at the target. Let me get out in front, and look at how low you are underneath that ball. That's not being downhill. That's not working down in the zone. And Clint luckily got out of the way. That wouldn't have been good. Like I was saying, I thought your stuff was playing out pretty well. Here we are. We're watching that curveball. That had good break. I mean, it was tight. It was pretty late. Clint never saw it. But I would think if I got a little more extension, that pitch is going to be good. It's not going to be missed for a ball. I can get that tighter and down a little bit further to where that's where it's in play and then out. Now look at that pitch. Let's look at where the location of that is. Good two-seamer coming in hard. There's no way he's going to be able to hit that pitch with it moving in on him like that, and that's the kind of swings that you want to see. All right, same thing, got it in, but the problem is you were a little up. You're in the hitting zone. All right, it was a little bit above mid-thigh. Tied his hands up because the location was in, but I want to think, either I'm going to go up under the hands or I'm going to get that two-seamer down and in. You show me good footwork on both your pickoffs to first and second. That's not bad. Pretty good. All in all, here's our last sequence from the side. We're going to stop and look at how it kind of plays out. A couple last things we talked about to kind of focus in on. All right? Getting that 2.5. Didn't really fully get all the way back. Look, I'm already starting to tilt at my 2.5. Where's my front foot? Already out. There I am. Look at that tilt. Look how underneath you are. Some guys can do that. Andy Pettit barely. But, I mean, look at you starting to get on top. And your release point's there. I want it a little more out in front so we can get down on top of the ball and work downhill. All in all, if I'm you, I'm going to feel good about this game. Feel good. Hopefully your arm felt fresh, felt good. It felt good to be out there. Probably a little nervous in a real game, first time in a year. But like I said, the things that I showed you, these aren't major adjustments. I mean, these are things that we can tweak, minor, consistently work on. I do a lot of flat ground stuff, making yourself get downhill out in front, making sure you're not overstriding so you can get there. That'll help you out as we try to iron these things out. Talk to me during the I've got some questions. We can talk about some specific drills. I think would help. But now hopefully you got to visualize to see what's going on. Hopefully it helps you out, and we can move on from here. This is just the start. You're going to build off this. I think it's not a bad first outing. I mean, like I said, these are minor things that we can correct and adjust, and we're going to see some progress.